So you've got a manhunt in Mississippi for one remaining escaped inmate. Two inmates escaped in Virginia. Joining me this morning to talk more about this ongoing situation, Roderick, former Assistant Director for Investigations at the U.S. Marshals and former Senior Manager at the Department of Homeland Security. Speaking about the U.S. Marshals involved in cases like this is what they do every day, but it feels as though we're seeing more escapes. Where is the lapse in the process in security that is leading to some of these inmates getting out in the first place?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it's got to do with how the press covers these issues. I mean, there's no increase in escapes each year. We approximately have 1.2 million people in custody, both federal and local and state. In this country, 1.1 are males. There's another 83,000 females, but we average around between 2,000 to 2,500 escapes a year. But the majority of those escapes are from minimum security or camp type facilities and medium security facilities. The ones we hear about are these inmates that are in these maximum security facilities that are generally wanted for murder or violent type crimes, and that's what we have here. The marshals are responsible to investigate federal escapes. We also are tasked by the Attorney General to assist state and locals with escapes out of their facilities. And I just think this sort of goes in a cyclic mode, and whether it's because the weather's getting nicer outside, generally you see a little uptick in the spring, coming on summer with escapes. But they do seem to go in cycles, and we do have a couple major ones out there right now, and the marshals are assisting in all those state and local escapes.
That said, there have been criticisms at both of these facilities, the one in Mississippi and the one in Virginia. In fact, someone connected to the detention facility in Virginia said that they are in dire need of officers, and it is impossible to manage the prison population there with too few people on staff. Are you hearing that that is happening in not just these facilities, but others across the country? Is it an issue?
It is an issue. It's a big issue. You hear about it regarding recruitment of law enforcement officers, and corrections is in that category. People are just not applying for the jobs, or they can't make it through the background. And when you have a lower, if your guard force is not up to speed, then you have to start cutting back on some of these issues. The marshals generally have in custody at any given time 50 to 60,000 federal prisoners that are housed in county and state facilities across the country. The marshals contract with those facilities to house those prisoners until they're adjudicated. So the marshals will go in and generally do a jail inspection to make sure that those facilities are up to speed, but that's only for some of the facilities. And based on budgets out there and how money's being tight, and guard capacity is very low at this point in time, you're seeing a few more escapes, but the numbers haven't ticked up to the point where it's some sort of epidemic across the country.
It's important to get every one of these escaped inmates back into custody, but the particular one of concern is this Virginia inmate who has been connected to the death of a deputy. How do marshals handle a situation like that one?
Well, that's another one where there's going to be all hands on deck, because if this individual's in jail for killing the police officer, then obviously we have a violent individual that is dangerous to the public. So we will have that task force in that area. The DC Joint Fugitive Task Force will be there to go ahead and try to assist wherever they can, especially if this individual crosses into a different state. Then the Marshal Service will go ahead and use all the assets they can to go ahead and get this individual back into custody. This is priority number one right now in the country.
Right. So what should the public know about a search like this, not just in Virginia, but surrounding areas? What's the messaging?
I mean, locally, they're putting out numbers to call. The Marshal Service has a number, state and locals have a number. Please do not approach this individual. If you see somebody that fits the profile, or if there's some suspicious activity going on in your neighborhood, please call 911, let them know what's going on, but don't try to approach this individual yourself. He's a violent individual. He's already killed a law enforcement officer. So the public is really in danger on this. So this is going to be an approach by law enforcement where everybody's coming out to assist in this fugitive investigation.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.